Hi guys, I'm Bri.
And I'm Alli. This is Offscript.
If you think about it, books are potential scripts for movies.
When this adaptation happens, typically it's disappointing because they went off script.
In this series, we will be talking about how off script they went. Hello.
And welcome
To Offscript.
We're a podcast.
Where we compare books to their movies.
And I'm Alli.
And I'm Bri. And I just realized that I didn't test my microphone for either of these podcasts we recorded tonight.
Oh.
Well, not test, but had it do its thing.
Oh, I didn't either.
My bad.
I know, I usually do every time and I didn't.
Yep, I didn't this time. It's been a while. I was just like, all right, I'm ready to go.
That works. That's fine. We're going to talk about drugs today.
And I'm Bri.
Yeah, we already did that.
We didn't say our names.
Yes, we did.
Oh, I forgot that part.
I don't know. Maybe we didn't. I'm pretty sure we did.
Just kidding. Okay. We're talking about drugs today. I haven't done any, surprising.
Now I'm worried I didn't say it. So I'm Alli. Oh my gosh. I don't even know.
It sounds like we've been on drugs.
I know. Oh gosh. I swear. But yeah, we're doing, the book is called Pain Hustlers, Crime and Punishment at an Opioid Startup. Or the movie is called Pain Hustlers for short. Almost done. Second to last episode, you guys.
Yeah. How's this season been? I almost said, how's this episode been for you?
I have enjoyed
this episode's been fantastic.
Yes. I think the season's good. We didn't have any hiccups like the strike going on.
Yeah.
We didn't need to take any mental breaks.
Mental health break. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because even when we've needed a mental health break, we've been so far ahead that we've been able to do it.
Yes.
Which is nice. Like, this is how we should have been fucking doing it from the start.
Seriously.
I kept trying to tell us to get that far ahead. Mm-hmm. But we just didn't do it.
I know. We freaking had a whole year with that strike.
Well, do you also remember before we started, I was like, all right, we need to get really far ahead. And then what did we do? We fucking took forever to read Harry Potter.
I know, like forever. Oh my gosh. All right. Yep. Anyways. Yeah. So you have a picture for us.
Well, technically we both have a picture for us.
Yes.
Because just last night, I almost thought it was 2 days ago, not last night. Damn. Anyways, just last night, Alli and I saw My Favorite Murder live.
We did.
It was so exciting. I actually saw Karen and Georgia in person sitting there telling me their true crime stories.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
It was amazing. Alli, as a non-murderino, how was it?
It was fun. It was they are very good storytellers, and it was just, it was fun seeing them just be themselves. Mm-hmm. And no script and just like what we do, but better.
Yeah. But better. Well, Karen used to be a stand-up comedian. So that's why she gets all the laughs all the time. Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
And then they've both worked in, actually, I feel like Georgia hasn't. Actually, I think she did. They both worked in television too. So they're used to, being in front of people. It's just that wasn't their passion, what they were doing.
Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, it was fun.
It was a blast. And my favorite part of this is Karen told a story that the guy just recently got released. And I hadn't heard of it before. Didn't know anything about it, was here for the story. Then today on Facebook, it's this person's moving into the Federal Way area. And lo and behold, it's the dude that she told the story about.
Yeah. Freaking on the friends, our neighborhood Facebook page. Someone's just so y'all know, he now lives 2 blocks away from some elementary school.
Oh, Lord.
I know. But it was wow, now I know his whole backstory, at least how freaking creepy he is.
I know to stay away from you. I know what you look like now.
Yeah.
I know your MO.
I know that you're about to die, but you're still creepy.
Yeah, I know. So apparently he was originally supposed to be moving into Auburn, but the like mayor over there was like, no way in hell. And like enough people pitched a fit that it got him to move. And so everyone's trying to do that again here. But the like, obviously everyone's like, well, we can't just keep moving him. We have to let him stay somewhere. And
Prison.
so I know, right? So the mayor dude in Federal Way area was like, basically, this isn't what we want. Obviously, like no one's going to feel comfortable with this. But given the circumstances, he's in his late 70s. He's wheelchair bound. That's not to say it doesn't mean he won't do it again, but the likelihood of him doing it again is very, very slim. So he's our neighbor.
So messed up. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, super.
Yeah, it was amazing. I just loved, I knew they were going to show off their dresses. I knew one of them was going to have pockets in their dresses and be excited to show off the pockets. I knew that Vince was going to come on stage, which is Georgia's husband. I was sad before the show because Steven doesn't work for them anymore. So I didn't think that they would yell, Steven, cut it out. But they fucking did. So then I got to yell Steven with the crowd, which was great. Elvis got brought up, which, I love Elvis, but he died forever ago. And that was hilarious too, because when he got brought up, then Karen was like, well, bad news.
That's right. So it was like from an old email.
Yeah. They brought out some old hometown emails from like 2018, 2019, way at the start of the podcast. And that was when literally like those hometowns that would get emailed in, everyone always wanted to like say who all was part of the podcast family of MFM. So it would be like, it started out with just Karen and Georgia. Then it was Karen, Georgia, and Steven. And then it was Karen, Georgia, Steven, and all of their pets. So the list just kept going on and on and on and on. But I got to yell, stay sexy and don't get murdered at them. I feel like there was another thing that happened that I knew was going to happen that I am forgetting about. I was very happy.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was a good night.
It just kind of like, it was fun as from a like podcast point of view too, being like, wow, look at how they made it. I mean, granted, you know, I'm sure more people are interested in murder and true crime than books and movies, but it was cool how it's like they put hard work into it and it took off.
And unfortunately, Allie and I didn't take any pictures together.
Bri got a picture.
Yeah, I did. I did. I was not leaving without a picture with that marquee. But we did not think. What's stupid is there were multiple times in the night where I was like, okay, I got to get a picture with Allie. But then like my brain would go somewhere else. Or it was
that
like.
Always happens to us.
It does. It does. But like, hello, I'm in the back. Whoa, I just threw a freaking spray bottle across my desk. Anyways. But I'm like in the bathroom when I think this. So I'm not going to be like in the bathroom stall if you're in there like, hey, Allie, let's take a picture. Right?
That would be weird or anything. Oh my gosh. That's so funny. Very cool.
Yeah, that was fun. It was really fun. I can't wait to have that episode drop. I'm also curious if they're going to drop night 1 or night 2's episode.
I know. Will be interesting.
I'll let you know.
Which one do you hope they drop?
It's hard because I want to hear the other stories that they told. Because like that was the one thing that Allie and I both said. We think they should have flopped their stories because the more exciting one got told first, and the like not as exciting but still interesting story got told second. And so part of me wants to hear what their other stories are, you know?
Right.
But also I want to hear my night because I was there.
Exactly.
So it's hard. I'll be happy either way.
Okay. Perfect. Should we get started?
Yeah, let's.
Okay. So we do have trigger warnings. There's like addiction and death.
Death. Death from
It's
addiction.
all true stories about the opioid craziness.
Fentanyl.
All right, here we go. Our synopsis is a journalist pulls back the curtain on scandals that sent the first pharmaceutical executives to prison for their roles in the opioid crisis. And we have author.
I feel like that's like...
It's more for the book, but...
Yeah, I guess it still covers the movie, but it's... Yeah.
The movie is more...
This is one of those fun one, guys.
The book is more facts.
True story. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So our author is Evan Hughes, director David Yates, and screenplay writer was Wells Tower.
I was really shocked that David Yates directed this.
Didn't he do like one of the Harry Potters?
Yeah, the 6th one.
Yeah.
And I was like, you did that one way better than this one.
Well, there wasn't really a way he could make this one.
I know. I feel like... I just don't understand when it's a true story how you can change it so much, you know? Yeah. And like it didn't get changed too much, but also it kind of did.
Yeah. Like you tried to get around that by changing all the names and everything.
Exactly. But then at the same time, then don't base it off of a book that was written about this situation. Just go off of your own telling of it.
Right.
You know?
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So the book came out January 18th. 2022. It was then called The Hard Sell, and it was later reissued as Pain Hustlers, Crime and Punishment, and Opioid Startup on September 26, 2023, when the movie, a month before the movie came out, which was October 27, 2023. And that's a year difference from original to movie.
Holy shit. I thought this movie came out just last year. I remember when this came out because John told me about it. I didn't realize he told me about it like right at the start of our relationship.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's how fast time flies.
Fuck yeah, it does.
All right, so what'd you do first?
I read it first. Sorry, I had to think. It's been a while since I did whichever one first.
I watched it first.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, what are your initial thoughts?
I did not realize it was going to be a true crime book. I thought it was going to be a funny story retelling about it. And like, I'm always all for true crime, but this one was a little bit too scientific and too like pharmaceutical for me to be able to grasp sometimes. It did make me question a lot of the drugs that I take from my doctors because of everything. Like, obviously I know my doctors aren't trying to kill me with the drugs, right? But it did make me question, like, because sometimes they're just at the ready, like, I really think you should try this. So then I'm like, Are they just doing that because they're getting the money from the freaking companies that are doing this? Like, what? So it really made me like question, because I'm already someone who goes more naturopathic anyway when I can. Mm-hmm. So then it really made me go, I think I need to lean more into that than Western medicine.
Yeah, I agree. It was not my cup of tea. Mm-hmm. But it was insightful. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So,
because like you always hear about the drug reps going to doctors and like selling the drugs to the doctors, but I never like put it together what happens behind the scenes, you know?
No, I agree. Yeah, I was the same way. Mm-hmm. Okie dokie. So, and why'd we pick it?
Because this has been on mine and John's to watch list for the last apparently 2 years. And there were many like date nights where he was like, I really want to watch Pain Hustlers. And I kept telling him, I was like, I can't, I haven't read it for Offscript yet. And then you want to hear what this dude freaking did when I was like, hey, I can watch Pain Hustlers now. Let's do it. He was like, oh, did I want to watch that?
Oh my gosh.
Yes, John, you did. And he was like, oh, I mean, I guess I'll watch it. And then we started and he was like, oh yeah, I do remember wanting to watch this.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, I could have watched it by myself.
Seriously. Oh, well. All right. So we have some super fun facts for you. So Chris Evans' third consecutive streaming exclusive film after The Gray Man and Ghosted. There's not really any good fun facts, you guys. I'm so sorry. I don't even have 5. This is David Yates' first streaming exclusive movie.
Wow, that's actually kind of shocking.
Yeah.
With how big streaming is now.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have theatrical film debut of Michael Costa.
Costa is probably right. Who is that? Is that the main dude?
Let's see. I scroll down. He's not a big
duh.
enough character that I put him in. We're proud of you, dude.
You just called him David Costa. It's Michael Costa.
I know. I got David Yates and Michael Costa put together.
That's hilarious.
Whoops. Oh, well. Sorry, buddy. Good job. Let's see if I can look him up.
Oh, Allie, oh my God, you don't have him. I bet you it's the main guy. Oh, no, that's not the main guy. Oh, but John was excited that he was in the movie. No, you don't have the main doctor dude that is the boss of Chris Evans and what's her face. Oh, yeah, you do. His picture just doesn't look
I do.
normal. Sorry, I couldn't tell from his picture who he was.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is beard.
No, Michael Costa is this like comedian that literally he came on the screen and John was like, oh my gosh, I love him. So
anyways, cool. Good for you, dude. Proud of you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see how we do this. How do you want to go?
Actually, let's just do what we normally do and then I can fill in the blanks.
Okay, so we got Arbach is a doctor that deals with pain, and he's arrested because he was giving out this new drug that is basically fentanyl for any type of pain out there. And many of his patients did not need this drug yet, but he was prescribing it anyways. So this is like, we get this, and then we're about to go back in time.
Mm-hmm. Whereas in the movie, it's a linear timeline. Mm-hmm. You don't know what's about to happen. The doctor does end up getting arrested for the fentanyl drug, but that happens like towards the end of the movie. Mm-hmm. And also they've changed everyone's name. So it's not Arbach, it's Lydell, I think, or something like that.
So then we have Kapoor. He's an Indian who decided to come to America because he wanted to work in pharmaceuticals, and that wasn't really a major job over there. So he ended up working with some not so famous pharmaceutical name companies, and he ended up getting into some trouble with them. So he found someone named Babbage, I think.
Babbage.
And to help him and
like
give
cabbage, but with a B.
Babbage. Yep. To give him some tips and tricks. He paid Babbage nicely, and Babbage continued to work for him while he was getting his MBA.
So we never find out about like Kapoor and Babbage's relationship in the movie, and that's not their names. I just don't. It's Chris Evans is Babbage, and Kapoor is the dude that I told Allie she didn't have in the cast. But
yeah, whatever the main.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
Dr. Neil.
Dr. Neil. So you never find out their relationship. You just know that Dr. Neil is the head honcho and that Chris Evans is the guy that's basically pushing the drug. He's the like number one sales rep who's trying to get more people involved in the team to help sell Dr. Neil's drug.
Yep. And
you don't really get Dr. Neil's backstory.
Nope.
Except for you find out that his wife is dead.
Yep.
Which is a difference. It's like, it's not the thing is, the difference is that his wife was dying of cancer and that's what made him make the drug. Whereas in the movie, his wife was dead and then he made the drug. Yeah.
Yep. So like, yeah, right here. Kapoor's wife is dying of cancer, which made him decide to make the drug. He had he had to be different than the rest, though, so he could get a patent on it. So he made it a spray for under the tongue. It ended up working really well, and the pain stopped within 5 minutes. However, these drug companies started advertising it as pain is pain for any uncomfortable situation versus just pain for cancer. And this way they could sell more, when in reality, the drug is approved for people who are dying and need comfort because it's such an addictive thing that when you're dying already, it's okay, but
if you're not dying, you're going to end up killing yourself with it.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know if this thing is still around? Because if it worked that good for what it was intended for, it's kind of like a miracle drug, isn't it?
I know fentanyl is still getting laced in other drugs because that's like, you remember just a few years ago when all those kids were dying because they were doing random drugs? It was because it was laced with fentanyl.
I know, but this one where you spray it under your tongue.
Oh, that I don't know. But I mean, it's got fentanyl in it. So,
well, I know. All right, so there's this guy that got hired, and he's very much by the books. He says they should hire legal and everything, but Kapoor's like, unless you're paying for it, nope, we're not going to do that. And all these details on how pharmaceutical companies sell their drugs and how they process of stealing clients from other companies and all this sort of stuff.
And that's what made me go, I don't like doctors and pharmaceutical companies anymore.
Right.
In the movie, there is a dude who wants to go by the law and go by the books, but he's like a brief split second in the movie and is ignored once the people who are being scummy start making a shit ton of money.
So they started hiring sales reps, and they were all very pretty girls and some handsome men. And this was a big switch from their all-male workforce. And some of them were just girls down on their luck. Like Kapoor said that they really needed to start pushing that 5-minute relief, even though the FDA didn't officially deem that true. And this legal guy was starting to feel really uncomfortable about all this. And Babbage was hooking up with several of these girls that they hired.
Babbage does hook up with several of the girls in the movie, and basically the main down on her luck girl is Emily Blunt's character, who is like a mix of someone that we will meet in the book a little bit later, as well as just a random ass character. And basically she's a stripper. Chris Evans meets her at the strip club, and I think it's because she came up to him and sounded smart. And so he was like, here, I want to give you a job. And she's like, that's weird. But then she has a teenage daughter, and she's living with her sister, and her sister kicks her out. So she needs a place to stay, and she doesn't have money now because she also had to go pick up her kid from getting suspended, and she had to leave work. So work made her quit, fired her.
And you have to quit now.
So I'm going to need you to quit. But she basically ends up having to call Chris Evans and go in and interview with him. And she's like, I don't really have that much experience. And then Chris Evans really quickly writes up a fake resume for her and shows her resume to Dr. Neal and gets her a job.
So Kapoor was starting to go crazy with this drug. He knew it was the best out there, and details on how pharmaceutical companies have to woo their doctors over to make them continue to want to buy their drug. Kapoor started made Babbage fire all of the sales reps because he's like, they're not doing well enough, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, fire the head of marketing as well and take over that job. And it got like all the salespeople really nervous.
So there is a scene where the guy who is Kapoor kind of starts going crazy, but it's after he's slept with Emily Blunt's mom, and is basically like, that was a mistake, and now she's trying to be too friendly. Like, nope, fire her. And then they get an office, and he wants everyone to have their shoes off, and like weird things like that. Nothing ever quite like this. And the person who like is really pushing the drug is Babbage, not Kapoor in the movie.
Right.
Like, I don't think there's ever really a scene where Dr. Neal is like, we have to get these doctors to buy it. Like, I think there's one scene when they're having their little press conference meeting thing. But other than that, it's always just Babbage being like, we need money, so we need to sell it, and we need you to figure your shit out.
So now a guy named Alec comes into the picture, and he applies for sales vice president. He had a very good interview, and he got hired, and he could push drugs like no other. Alec was not impressed with how the region was being run, and he opened up a speaker program, which some were hesitant about, and it did not sound very legal, because basically they're trying to pay doctors to tell other doctors how great their product is.
So there's no Alec. This is kind of the guy in the movie who is trying to go by the book. When they talk about the speaker program, he's like, we don't have enough doctors who are using our drug yet who can go out there and say, hey, this drug is great. But then Dr. Neal is like, actually, I think a speaker program is great. Chris Evans and Emily Blunt, why don't you do it? So then they run with the speaker program.
So Alec's getting really frustrated with how this, I read, No, I didn't. With how it's being run. He even yelled at the boss at one point. He went back to his office trying to prepare to get fired, but he was okay. He didn't get fired. But he was angry because Kapoor put a pause on the speaker programs. And Kapoor said if his speaker programs are not selling his drug, then he doesn't want to be involved with this because he has to pay like these fancy dinners and everything. And if it's not working, what's the point? Alec was trying to explain that it's not for the speakers, it's for the people who come to watch. He blew up at him.
Ironic because in the movie, the guy who's playing Kapoor is like, yes, go do speaker programs. So that whole scene never happens.
Nope. So now we learn about Sunrise. She's a stripper. Here's Emily Blunt. And her dad kidnapped her when she was a kid, and she got pretty messed up childhood. Babbage met her at the strip club and saw potential, and he hired her on as regional manager. But there's another guy that brought the fact up that she was a stripper to Kapoor, and Kapoor said she deserves to work at finding her new identity.
Basically, all that happens. It's just that not right away does Dr. Neal find out about Emily Blunt being a stripper. It's kind of like at a crux in the movie where the dude running by the books is trying to be like, these guys don't know shit. And she's been lying to you. She doesn't have a college degree. She's a stripper. And doctor's like, who fucking cares? She's just made us a shit ton of money. So
yes. Okay. So now we get details on why it is hard to get this product going. A lot of insurance companies don't accept it until other drugs are tried first for like the cancer or injuries or whatever. Insys, which I think is the stupidest name because it sounds like incest, but whatever. Yep. Insys Therapeutics is the name of this company that they work for, is having to pay a lot to hopefully get their drug on the market. Eventually, they got someone out there to spin truths by saying the doctor's treating cancer, but not implying that that's what the drug is for. And because most of their patients are not cancer patients, even though they're supposed to be.
So in the movie, they never have to put the drug through a test or through trials or fake trials. Basically what happens is one time when Emily Blunt is trying to sell her drug to a doctor, she overhears his conversation with a patient and goes essentially to the family and is like, or not to the family, but she talks to the doctor and makes it loud enough for the family to hear, like, why aren't you giving him this drug? This drug could help. So then the wife comes out and is like, there's a drug that could help. I want to use it. And then that's how it starts.
So one of the employees at this pharmaceutical company was feeling very anxious about how this whole thing was being run. And he ended up being a whistleblower, but it didn't go very far because the company was not making enough money to really be a concern for anyone. But he told other people who were feeling uncomfortable to take notes so that they would be able to show that the higher ups are making these decisions, not them.
So in the movie, there is a dude who's really uncomfortable who ends up being someone who's trying to be a whistleblower. And it's pretty much when they're already pretty deep in their shit. But they figure out early enough so that him being a whistleblower doesn't even like do anything in the movie. They just like rip up his desk and make him leave.
So then we get a story with this other doctor, and he's barely at the office. And so the nurse practitioners are writing prescriptions, which they're not allowed to do. I don't think.
No, nurses aren't supposed to.
That's what I thought. He ended up suspending them when he found out, and they eventually left the practice and created their own. And they found ways to prescribe drugs and created a pharmacy. Is this the same? This isn't the nurses anymore.
No.
Another group of guys.
No, isn't it Kapoor?
This is someone different. So then there is another group or someone else that found ways to prescribe drugs and created a pharmacy in his clinic. And he told the insurance companies that he's treating for cancer when in reality, he's just giving away drugs for however much money he can make. And
that was our buck.
A few of his patients ended up overdosing and dying.
So essentially this part doesn't, like the first part of that doesn't happen. There's no nurses trying to write the prescriptions. It's always just the doctors. And he wasn't running a pharmacy. He was just writing this drug for anyone and everyone. And an undercover cop came in and was like, I got an itch that I can't scratch. I'm not feeling good. And the doctor is like, I'm not going to write you a prescription for the drug that you're wanting, because he's like asking for a different drug. And he's like, oh, come on, it's really, really bad. And he's like, okay, fine. If you're really that bad, I'll write you a prescription for this. And this should take it away. Like, you'll be fine after that. And of course, it was a cop who was like, oh, you're just writing this drug.
Just because the undercover cop was like, gave him like $20 or something. And then that's when he agreed to write it. Yeah. So Arbach is arrested. The company worked at getting him out. And after he was out for a while, he still seemed to be a little shady. And they decided it was time to let him go. But the company is making millions now.
In the movie, once he's arrested, he's gone.
So these pill mill doctors are on trial, and many other patients were either overdosing or becoming addicted. One said that she was addicted after the very first dose because he gave her 6 times the recommended amount. There was this girl who got hired on, and one day she became Babbitt's wife. She made $400,000 in commission before she left because she was too uncomfortable with how it was being run. And they're like, but you're married to the CFO, like, or CEO, like, what?
Yeah.
And she's on trial for it to basically shut it down, get her husband arrested.
So in the movie, Chris Evans is married to one of the sales reps, but she's not on trial. Basically, the person on trial is Emily Blunt's character, because she's the one who ended up feeling so bad, because once Dr. Lyle was arrested, he was the one that she first got to start selling the drug. And then during one of her hard times, she moved into this like trailer park, and one of her neighbors ended up dying from this drug. So she went to go and like apologize to the family, but the family was like, fuck you, because they knew who she was and that she was a big rep for the drug that killed their family. And so then Emily Blunt was feeling bad. I also guess I should say that Emily Blunt's character's daughter has epilepsy, and she needed to get her a big surgery that insurance wouldn't cover. And essentially that's why she was okay with what is it called? Basically all this fraud.
Babbage is going through a trial. He's very good at wooing people, but unfortunately the lawyers are not convinced. And after he called his wife, he said, it's going to fall apart. It's all done. And she just had a baby a couple months ago, and then the FBI come and arrest her, or to arrest him, the Babbage, and FBI slowly start taking everyone in, but they didn't grab Kapoor at first. He lied about how, I'm just the investor. I'm not dealing with day-to-day stuff. They did all this without me knowing, but eventually they saw through and he was arrested too.
Yep. That happens just like that in the movie. Except for I would say, because the book makes it seem like Babbitt's wife is who turned him in, when, like I said, Emily Blunt's wife. Whoa, Emily Blunt is who turns him in. And so like Chris Evans is having a kid, but there's not that like drama between them.
Kapoor has a chance to plead guilty and this would all be done. But instead, he decides to keep fighting, which all the lawyers and everything were very excited about, because this gave them the opportunity to finally have a reason to dive into this conspiracy behind pharmaceutical companies. And unfortunately, all the other CEOs and higher ups usually band together so that the lawyers can't do this. Like it's like an almost unspoken rule that you get caught, you're caught. But he's like, no, I'm not. So he's taken down everybody with him. And the company itself had more money for stuff like this, but they couldn't help individual people. So they could save themselves as a company, but they couldn't save.
The trial happens, but the rest of it doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm. So then we get details on the trial and like who's on stand and all this sort of stuff. And many old coworkers were on the stand, and many of the FBI were getting excited because they're finally able to dive into this conspiracy. Babbage was really enjoying throwing everyone under the bus, and he was throwing the whole court off. And the jury came back and declared everyone guilty. Sunrise got 1 year, 1 day. Babbage got something like 17, 16 months. And Kapoor got 66 months.
So the cool thing about the movie is like throughout the whole thing, you're watching people's testimonies for the court interspersed through the story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like
so it's not all at the end. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It was cool.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it for the book. You good over there too?
Yeah, pretty much. There's
Cool.
not a whole lot left to talk about. Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
That actually wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
No, it's actually kind of did follow it a lot more than I thought.
Same. I know. As you were talking, I was like, oh, that does happen. Oh,
Right.
Yep. It's just that it follows Emily Blunt
Mm-hmm.
and it's her story. Whereas the book talks all about Kapoor and Babbage.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
Yeah. Well, let's do some cast.
mm-hmm.
IMDb cast 118 people. And our first is Emily Blunt as Liza Drake, or Sunrise, I guess.
Mm-hmm. I think that's who she's supposed to be. And she did
closest. Good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Evans was Pete Brenner, or Babbage, probably.
He plays such a good dick.
I know. It's always so shocking to me because I'm like, you're Captain America, but it's so fun watching him be a
But
jerk.
you're not.
And then we have Catherine O'Hare played Jackie. She played Liza's mom.
I freaking love her so much.
I know.
She's
good.
She's my trick-or-treater from, well, she's not my trick-or-treater. She's the witch, but
Yeah.
she's a Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yep.
So anything she's in, I love.
I can't believe you said trick-or-treater over Sally.
Because I always fucking forget that she's Sally.
Oh my gosh.
The trick-or-treaters are my favorite characters in the movie.
Oh my gosh.
So that's hilarious. I thought you were going to say over Schitt's Creek. And I was like, yeah, that's my like number 2 for her for sure.
No. Oh my gosh. All right. We got Andy Garcia played Dr. Neil, probably Kapoor.
Mm-hmm. He did really good. I liked him. He was good. He looked like such a good, like, I'm a doctor who knows what I'm doing, but I'm also a sleazeball.
Yes, very much so.
Mm-hmm.
Chloe Coleman played Phoebe, which was Liza's daughter.
I love her.
She was really good.
Mm-hmm. She's a good actress.
Uh-huh. Brian Darcy James played Dr. Lydell, who was Arbok.
Possibly Arbok, yeah. He was good. He was this like sweet guy who you didn't want to see have bad things happen to him, but of course, bad things happened to him.
Yep. All right. Is the theme of the book and movie the same?
Yeah, it is.
It is the theme for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Do the characters stay true? No.
Mm-mm. No, because it's
rewrite
not.
Everybody.
It's yeah. They couldn't follow it to a T, but also, like I said earlier, then don't fucking go based off of a true story book.
I know. And what do you prefer?
I prefer the movie.
Yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm. Because it's more fun.
Yeah, the book was boring.
Mm-hmm. I wasn't super bored with the book. It just made me really hate how things are done. Which made me sad about life.
Yeah, I just don't. It has to be written in a very specific, certain way for me to enjoy a nonfiction book.
Yeah, agreed.
This one was not written in a way that was, I mean, it's not that it was bad. It was just not my cup of tea.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I get that.
Yeah.
Would you recommend it to a friend?
Probably not.
Yeah. I would recommend the movie. I think the movie's fun.
Yeah.
I think depending on the friend, I would recommend the book.
Mm-hmm.
if I knew it was someone who was into true crime like that. Because it was interesting. Like I said, it's like, it's hard because I was bored with it, but I was also interested by it because it made me sad about life.
Right.
So if I knew someone who wanted that in a book that they're reading, I would for sure be like, I've got the book for you.
Well, there you go. Okay.
We did it.
We did. Easier than I thought.
I know. I thought this one was going to take forever.
I did too, actually.
I only took 3 notes because when we were watching it, John was so upset. He was like, you're doing this for Offscript and you haven't even wrote any notes. I was like, John, I don't think you realize this is a hard one to take notes on because, like, what the fuck? There's so much. Yeah. And then went through and I was like, oh, actually, there's not that much, huh?
There you go. All right, guys. We have a website for you. It is offscript253.wixsite.com/offscript.
You should check it out. While you're there, you can rate, subscribe, and review us. But not only that, you can sign up to deliver some bookmarks in your area at little free libraries. Send us those pictures. We want to see them so that we can post them.
Sign up for our newsletter.
Yes, thank you. I was like, there's other stuff you can do there, but I've forgotten.
You can find all of our links to all of our socials there. It's the handiest website you'll ever find.
Go check it out, please. All right, guys. Do you like how you hear us? Do you think my editing is amazing in your ears?
Yes.
Maybe you should go watch panel by panel on YouTube so that you can see my editing.
Ooh, that was a good one.
Thanks. But check it out on YouTube. You can find panel by panel on Facebook, Instagram, social media, anything.
Yep. Sounds good. And we probably don't have a mini-sode for you. But Monday, we do have our very final comparison episode for you before our recap.
It's a fucking sad one, guys.
So sad.
I picked a doozy for us.
Happy holidays. Spoiler alert, the hero dies. What could happen?
Or just spoiler alert for the movie.
Yes.
But it's a really sweet. I like the story. It's a good story.
It was good.
I think.
It was cute.
All right. With that, Pain Hustlers.
Went off script.
Bye.
Bye. Hey, we said bye at the same time on my end. Did we on your end?
It kind of sounded like it.
Ooh, let's see. Thanks for sticking with us.
We hope you enjoyed it.
If you did, we would greatly appreciate it if you gave us 5 beautiful stars, reviewed, and subscribed.
You can also follow us on Facebook at Offscript, on Instagram at Offscript Podcast 21, and on TikTok at Offscript_pod.
Shout outs to Madame Shen Creations for our adorable logo art.
And Adam Daniel for our incredible theme song.
And to Creative Cinephile Productions for producing our podcast.
See you next time.